We try to be topical with our skits and our sketches, but it's more for the humor aspect of it. We try to be a little bit more funny and crazy. Whereas the gossip, again, it's meant to be more topical, more current, and cover a broader scope of subjects, anywhere from celebrity news to kind of what's going on in the world. And it's probably, I'd say, what fills up most of our show. We're able to kind of get more in depth about the topics that we discuss. Again, like I said, I threw that set together with a lot of pieces from a pretty cheap furniture store. The TV, of course, I had is actually my first TV, and that's one of the reasons why I used it for the set, is because it's old. I didn't use it anymore. And this is actually shot on location at my workplace, so we kind of transformed the bagel shop into a second-rate studio, but it serves our purposes, so no complaints there. Again, I'll kind of skip a little bit forward, and again, if you want to see any of these specific sketches, or you can go to our YouTube site. As you can see, it takes up a good chunk of our show, and usually we have this at the top of the show, but for this show, for some reason, it's kind of more in the middle. I think this was actually our Michael Jackson tribute show, so I think we're actually in the set almost all of the show for this one. Again, with the original artwork. Again, this segment, the top 5 playlist, was my idea. Again, it was trying to connect to our more musical audience to kind of hopefully get suggestions for songs that we should be listening to, that we may not know about. And we were hoping when we did this show that we get more viewer feedback. So again, the playlist was kind of a way of connecting to our more musical audience. Also, again, to fill time. 30 minutes is a long time to fill, so again, I came up with this kind of simple, short, creative way to fill 30 minutes and kind of, I guess, tell our audience more who we are and what our likes are, and again, connecting to the audience, hopefully entertaining them. This was definitely a more themed show, again, with the passing of Michael Jackson. Again, the graphic in the background is an original graphic that I shot actually on my couch. I just laid a bunch of CDs down. Of course, on the backside, and just took a picture, and I think it turned out really well for the show's use. When I think of graphics for the show, I think the first thing I think about is easy to do. I don't try to attempt anything really difficult because it's really time consuming, and doing a show every 2 weeks, you think you have a lot of time, but after you factor in work and other distractions, you're left with a very little amount of time. And so simplicity is definitely one of my key factors in making graphics for the show. So again, that was quick and simple and very effective, I think. A little outdated now that no one uses CDs anymore, but again, it gets the point across. So let me skip ahead. That was actually our show, like I said. Again, rolling credits. Just simple, it just kind of gets the point across. I mean, it could be better, it could be funner, I guess, but I think just a basic black and white credit rolls gets everything done. Again, the music, we use a free site, so we don't have to worry about any licensing fees, and since the public access shows are non-commercial, and we can use music in this purpose for non-commercial things, it works out well, and I've definitely been able to kind of brighten up a show with our music so that we choose. I think we're just now going to show you a couple of sketches from my sketchbook when we first, again, we're brainstorming to start the show. So that's what these pictures are now, is kind of brainstorming ideas, different set ideas, different setups for the show. Again, nothing's really scripted, so we don't have a lot written down. As you'll see, it's just a bunch of lists and everything. So I want to again thank you for tuning into the Director's Commentary, the first year of Pop Cuisine. Thank you. Alright, so we're gonna, I guess, preview a premiere.
Premiere, a new segment.
A new segment. It's called Where Do You Want Them to Be Now? And you probably know, like, it's based off the old show Where Are They Now? And usually it they're nowhere. So this is kind of like this is kind of like pushing our wishes onto kind of our favorite celebrity people and saying, you know, we wish they were doing something more with their career, and just kind of talk about where we'd like them to be now. So who did you pick, and tell me why?
Well, mine's kind of weird, but when I was growing up, I used to always watch The Jeffersons, and I even watched, what was that other show, Amen, that came on, was in the NBC lineup for Saturday nights. And I don't know where he is now, but I really wish Sherman Hemsley was still acting or on television. The last time I saw him was in that video, I guess he did for Nelly, back in the day when they used the theme song from The Jeffersons as a soundbite. So, you know, I'd like to see what he's doing, know what he's up to. He's just a really, really talented guy. Who's yours?
Well, my first one is Eric Estrada. he's kind of made a little bit of a comeback. I know he's in, you know, a commercial here and there. I can't even remember what it was for, but he did like a parody where he's trying to like hawk like Estrada sunglasses. So that's pretty funny. But I worked with him on a commercial about a year ago, and he's a really nice guy, and I just like to see, you know, I think a lot of America wants to see him do more as well. So it'd be really nice to see him, as well as a lot of other kind of 70s and 80s TV stars, kind of get like a second chance and do something else. I always thought he'd be like a season regular on the George Lopez show, and then the George Lopez show got canceled. So I don't know, but
well, one that wasn't doing anything for a long time, but is doing something now is Sharon Gless from Cagney and Lacey. She's on Burn Notice now, and she plays the mom, and she smokes cigarettes and stuff. I mean, she just does a great job. And then 2 seasons ago, I think she was on Nip Tuck. So it's nice to see her make a comeback, and she's, you know, playing completely different characters than what she was doing as a cop. So that's cool.
Another person is, I was telling Tiffany earlier, Mark McEwen. He was on the CBS News, and I always wondered where I mean, I never used to watch the news a lot anyways, but when I did, I always watched CBS, and he was always on there, and then one day he just wasn't, and I'm like, oh, did he quit? Did he get fired? I don't know. And I always wish that, you know, he'd come back on some other news station or get his own show, and so that's someone I would like to see kind of be back on TV, because he was missed.
I think fame on a large scale would be difficult just to handle, and then top it off with money and struggle.
Alright, well, thank you. We hope you like this new segment. We might add it to the show semi-permanently, not permanently, but on a more regular basis. So thank you.
Thanks.